Hi, and welcome back to a new video. It's been a while, not really, but it's been a while since I created stuff. I'm gonna show you guys how I made my Huntress X for this video. And this is a video that's been way overdue. But yeah, my laptop died, but then I got it back and the files are fine. And then I didn't really feel like posting the video because I didn't do a good filming job. The clips just doesn't look good, but I can't really do better. But I always tell myself that this year I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna create more videos. I'm gonna get better at wig styling because I'm trash at wig styling. I'm so bad. I'm gonna post more videos on YouTube, and it never happens. It just never happens. Even though I'm away for a real long time, I always come back with something. But it also takes a real long time to create stuff, so that's also a reason why it takes a while. And also a reason why I like to post makeup looks, because I can do that in a day and get the video up the next day. So that doesn't really take that long. But I wanted to mainly focus on cosplay and making cosplay and all of that, but there's been really little of that on my channel. Mostly makeup, but I'm gonna try and post more cosplay stuff. It also takes a while, it also costs a lot of money, which I don't really have, and that's also a reason why it just takes forever to create stuff. Like my Hollywood cosplay I've been working on for a year plus, and one of the reasons is because I have to wait in order to get materials because I'm poor and it takes a while. So yeah, hopefully I'll get that video up. But yeah, anyway, and I have the X and it's finished. And I'm gonna show you guys how I created my X. And I don't like to call it a tutorial, because I feel like when you're making a tutorial, you know what you're doing and you're giving tips and showing people how to do it. I just do thing and create stuff, and I usually don't know much about it. I just do stuff and it ends up looking decent, I would say. I'm pretty proud of my X though. I think it looks good. The paint job could have been a little bit better, but it is what it is. But I also have to make the small X, which I haven't done, and the plan was to also include the small X into this video, but I think it's gonna take ages, so I'm just gonna post the big X, and maybe I'll do the smaller X at some point, hopefully, because I do want to get my Huntress cosplay finished at some point. I also have plans on upgrading it, because it's not that good, and there's thing I know I can do better, like the belts. I want to actually use leather instead of foam, which I did, and make better belts. So that's a plan for the future, but leather is really expensive, so yeah, I don't know when I can manage to do that. I'm really happy with how the X turned out, as well as the bags I made for Hunters. I'm really proud of them because they look good, and that's some of the things that looks really nice with my cosplay. I really like the mask as well, but I didn't make the file for mask because I found a file that I printed out, and then I assembled it and painted it and all of that, so I can say that I 100% made the mask, since I didn't, but I think I could have made it if I bothered to do it. But anyways, let's begin. It's a while since I made this X, so do I remember what I did? I guess. So the first thing I did was to make a PDF file so I could print it out and have a template to work after. So that's the first thing I did. So I had to go to the store and buy some PVC pipes, and I had to carry them back home as I don't have a car, or I guess my bicycle is my car, so I just put them on my bike and went home. It was a little bit of a hassle, but yeah, I got them home. And to be honest, I wanted the X to be detachable so I can have it in my suitcase when I travel into cons. But I failed, and I didn't really know what I was doing, and Kamui actually posted a tutorial right after I did it, which would have been nice when I was making this X, because then I would have known what I did wrong and what I should have done. And this is not what you should do, and this was a total disaster. And I had to scrap the whole idea of it being detachable, because I failed and I just made it one unit instead of two, which I wanted to. I think I was onto the right idea, but the execution of it wasn't right. so I know a little bit more about how I should do it the next time. So I'm gonna try in the future to make a detachable weapon, because I really want to do that, because weapons can get really big and hard to bring to a con if you don't detach them. I was thinking a lot about how I wanted to make the axe, and I decided to sandwich the tube, which probably ain't the best method, and I don't know why I did it this way, but anyway, it works. There's so many ways of doing things, and sometimes you don't do the best. But yeah, this is how I did it. I made a sandwich, and then I filled the hole with the tube and some foam clay. Also, when you are sanding, remember to wear protection gear, cause shit gets messy. I do the sanding on the floor, and that's why I usually don't film when I'm doing all of the sanding. Mostly because I'm a bit lazy and don't really have a good setup. Also because, yeah, I'm sitting on the floor. I added some metal wire as reinforcements for the blade. Since this is a bigger piece and you want to add some reinforcements so it sticks better. I used my wood burning tool to burn a hole into the foam so I could put the metal string inside. I also use contact cement on both foam pieces, obviously, to attach them. But then you also have the metal wire inside. It's a thick metal wire, so it adds some stabilization. I promised myself that I would show you guys how I did the wood grain on the handle of the axe. So I'm gonna show you guys how I did it. It's very simple, actually. You just need a Dremel, and you can do a lot of different textures, which is really nice. I actually don't own a vacuum cleaner, so I can't do a lot of dremeling, but at least I'm gonna show you guys how I did the texture. I actually don't know where my vacuum cleaner is at, because I did order one ages ago. I think it's been like 5 months, but there was an issue with my order, and they said they are going to fix it, and I just needed to wait, and I'm still waiting, but I have still not received my vacuum cleaner. So yeah, I'm just waiting, but I think I'm waiting in vain, because I don't think I'll ever see a vacuum cleaner, and it was on sale, and it was so cheap, and it's actually a real pretty one as well. So I'm a bit bummed out. I just want a vacuum cleaner I ordered ages ago. The blade itself is made out of 10mm foam, and then I add detailing with, I think it's 3mm foam. Oh, the beautiful eye hack. Don't we love it? So you can clearly see where I attached my 2 pieces. It's very clearly, actually. Sadly, but it gets a bit more hidden when I do the paint job. I decided to paint the whole thing grey as the base color. I also added the foam primer. I also mixed some of the paint and the foam primer so it would go a bit faster. I did all of the assembly at home, but I didn't have a lot of time to work on the axe actually. I think I made it was less than a week, because I was attending a con and I wanted the axe to be done for a con. I had to paint it at a hotel room, but I think most of us has been working at the hotel during a con. So yeah, I had to finish painting at the hotel. I also got my friend to help me with the filming, so shout out to not Harmonix anymore, but Toasty Shrimp Cosplay, I think. I don't know why the name. I also got to be a judge at this con, which was really fun to do. I also just feel like I shouldn't do judging because I haven't really attended a lot of competitions, I suppose. I haven't joined a lot of competitions. So judging was really exciting. I have judged a con competition before, actually. It was a drop-in one ages ago. It was really fun. One of the reasons I got to judge that competition was because I was in crew. And I have been working in crew for many years, and I have experience, and I also have experience in the cosplay field as well, so that was one of the reasons why I got to judge, which was really fun to do. But I haven't really attended or joined a lot of competitions myself. But this competition that made me be a judge, which I won, of course. It was a craftsmanship competition, and I feel like I am decent when it comes to craftsmanship. I still have a lot to learn. I actually have a lot to learn. But that's also why I'm doing YouTube, so we can learn it together. Anyway, judging the competition was real fun, and I also met another cosplayer who was really nice, the person who judged with me, so yeah, I had a wonderful time. I mostly used the Amsterdam acrylic brand, and for the blade itself, I painted it with a graphite, a very dark grey color, and I then lightly dry brushed silver on top of it, and it just gives this really nice metallic look. And for X handle itself, I painted it with raw umber, which is I guess a greenish, a very dark green color, or brown green, something like that. I'm dry brushing the silver with a really big brush, because it also gives a little bit of those strokes that you can see in silver. I added some liquid mask and then I painted over with the main color, and the reason I add the liquid mask is to make the paint look chipped, and this makes a more natural look than just trying to paint like the chipped paint. But it damaged some of my paint job that I had already done, so I just had to go with more gray. And luckily it was mostly just in the middle, so it was an easy fix. When I got home, I tried to do some more detail painting and add some dark colors into the creaks of like the wood. I just added blood to one of the sides when I was at the con, so when I got home I did the other side. But yeah, I don't know, I wasn't really happy with how I did the blood. Looks a bit weird, I guess, but it works. I think I mentioned before how I make my blood mix, but I just mix some fake makeup blood, the one you add to your face, with wood paint. Wood paint? No, not wood paint. Wood glue, just glue. And the glue is for it to set, so you can't wash it off, because normal makeup blood you can't just wash off easily. But with the blood in it, it sticks. I just think it looks more natural this way than trying to paint the blood. So yeah, I like to make my blood mixture. I also later added some rust. I later decided to try and add some rust effect, but I don't think I pulled it off. But sometimes you just have to try and you fail, and that's totally fine. But yeah, I don't like what I did, and I would have done it differently now if I could have. So yeah. And lastly, I added a satin varnish to protect all of my work, and I added a glossy one for the blade itself. So yeah, this is how I made my Huntress X. I hope you liked this video and want to see more in the future. And if you did like the video, and if you do want to see more in the future, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button or like the video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care, goodbye, ciao out.